only man pieces for almost problem. President Ekua, we need MPP vote officers. We need MPP vote officers. President Ekua, we need MPP vote officers. And we need MPP vote officers. And this sense of quality and conformity in I am a Faba and Yapa. And in 2024, apart from a point, a free OT, Ekua upper east, upper west, and northern, upper western region. The Lucy is a woman. It's an and if you are a victim of circumstances, it's not your fault. I may know anything, but we cannot wait. This situation, we and I have one price on him, which we have solved in 2028. But the suspicion will not go away. And MPP will not be held ransom and stay in the position because of this matter. And that is a fact. We are in this business to win power. And here emotional and here personalities. I'll give you examples. We are here to win power. And the NDC always shows us the way. There's no emotions. If you can say you're confident here, and you're confident, sometimes we get carried away with emotions when we have to do the politics. I would have contested power. So my election, you can't say that, Papa. And you can't point out fast one. But by election, you wouldn't hear it. And we are a political party. Until say, the people Kamalinu Krano, they are protesting how I 2028, that is what we want to do.
As we prepare to go into the primaries, I am very, very concerned and troubled that some of our presidential aspirants have embarked on a religious and tribal bigotry and propaganda against me in a desperate attempt to win votes. They totally ignore all the data and findings about why we lost the 2024 elections and want to mislead the delegates and the party with such propaganda. The one such issue that has come up, and I think it's important for all of us to know, is the Mamprosi-Kusasi conflict. An aspirant has said that delegates should not vote for me because I am a Mamprosi man, and that we will lose votes in the Kusasi areas and other areas. This is very unfortunate and demonstrates a complete lack of understanding of the situation on the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, since 1965, there have been 11 elections in Ghana. Since 1965. And the performance of the LPP in the our tradition, in the 6 Moku zone seats, there are 6 seats in the Moku zone. If you look at it, the performance is as follows. In 1965, our tradition had 0 seats. At that time, I was only 2 years old. I had nothing to do with it. In 1969, we had 2 seats. In 1979, under Victor's leadership, we had 0 seats. In 1996, we had 0 seats in that area. In 2000, we had 1 seat. In 2004, under President Ford, we had 0 seats. 2008, we had 1 seat. 2012, under President Ford, we had 0 seats. 2016, we had 2 seats. 2020, we had 1 seat. And 2024, we went back to 0 seats. What all the data is saying is that out of the 6 seats in the NPP out of the 6 seats, the 11 elections, MPP has 0 in 6 of the 11 elections. So this is not an area that is a stronghold of the MPP. In fact, it took the whole Oku zone, the 6 constituencies put together, we lost just 30,000 votes in 2024. So you can't lose, it is not the Boko election that made us lose 2024. And we need to be very clear about that, that the data shows that the Boko factor was not a factor in the outcome of the 2024 elections, that we should stop moving in that direction.
Yeah, so these are the videos that we're talking about. You've heard that of Dr. Bryan Acheampong, who is an MPP standard bearer aspirant, making some comments that border on, you know, tribal bigotry, essentially. And you heard that of Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bamia also reacting to those statements. Now, I'll start with you, Dr. Ekua. I watched the Dr. Bryan Acheampong video, and he was talking about why your party didn't do very well in the northern part of Ghana. Because Dr. Mahmoud Bamia belongs to a side which is involved in a conflict. And so per his analysis of why he didn't do well in the northern part of Ghana is because you've taken sides. The NPP has taken sides by electing Dr. Mahmoud Bamia. What do you think is wrong with that?
Everybody can see that everything is wrong with that.
Okay.
Everything is wrong with that. I was very hurt when I saw that video. Very, very hurt because
why?
The Honorable Bryan Acheampong is somebody that, I have some respect. Indeed, this is a home match, as I always like to call it. And I would have wished that we presented a picture to Ghanaians, which is like what we truly are, a party of deep thinking people. So I would have hoped that this contest would have been one of, okay, so when I'm given the opportunity to become president, this is the direction in which I believe the country should be taking for us to see progress. I wanted it to be a really nice playing field for the best out of us to come, so that in the end, whoever wins, we can all then rally behind that person's vision to improve the country, because that is our mandate as politicians. It's nothing else but to come and serve the people of Ghana in a way that brings progress, as simple as that. So I was very hurt by the video because, I mean, essentially, I don't even know if that part was played. What he might have been saying is that the problem was the candidate and the tribe of the candidate. Why I find that very problematic, even not just because it's a dig at Dr. Bamia, but as a member of the MPP, I find it very problematic, because one thing people do not know about me is that I am about a Kota Dagati. Yes. But by my name and disposition, and I grew up in Kumasi, it's something most people would not even think to. I have so many family members from there. We are close. Jirapa.
From Jirapa? From
Jirapa Dori, exactly.
Is it from your dad's side or your
mom's
side?
From my mom's side, yes.
Okay.
So
interesting.
When somebody likes to go, when anybody goes on that tangent...
Sorry, do you speak the language? Okay, that's fine.
A few words here and there. Okay. When anybody goes on that tangent, and as a and meeting a lot of other young people in the party, the MPP is a very diverse party. They are young Muslims, they are young Kusasi people, they are young Mamprisis, they are young Dagatis, all together. And when we are together, we are under the umbrella of the MPP, not under any tribe or anything. But when you start to go on this tangent, what you tell some of us young ones is that it's now that we are working for the party, waking up early to go around and do this and that, it is okay. But should our aspirations and ambitions grow higher, and we seek to lead the party in certain positions, it is at that point that you would come and tell us that Ekua will free her, which I don't think is in the spirit of the MPP. It's not something we do. We've elected a Muslim flag bearer, and that was the first to happen in this republic. We've been leading the way in being progressive and being very open, and I think I would like to believe this was an aberration, and it's something that the Honorable Bryan Acheampong will probably apologize for. Number two is it doesn't even hold any substance in truth. If you look at the voting patterns of Upper West, Upper East, they are essentially Gabriela's zone. They are NDC zones. And it's not a place where you should use as a metric to guide us as to why we lost the election. And I think we were all in this country and we saw the circumstances that led to our defeat. Last year, I was getting to the election. I was reading this report by one of those election watch research people. And then they had noted that about 80% of sitting governments had lost the election in the year 2024. And what they were able to come up with from their research was that was probably due to the global economic crisis, because whenever there is hardship or the world is hot, people understandably would take it out. They would need somebody to blame, and usually it is the government that bears that brunt. And so there was like a clean swipe of almost all sitting governments. And so for anybody to try and make this a matter of tribe or religion, I find it quite difficult to understand, because it is becoming clearer by the day that it is simply not the truth. And I'm also seeing a very clever twist by the campaign of Honorable Bryan. What we are saying is not that he said that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is the cause of the conflict. No, that's not the question that he has to answer. The question that he has to answer is that he said because he is a Mamprusy and there's a current conflict, it would affect our political fortunes up there, which we've proven to him that it's not true. So that is what I think most young people in the party would expect, some kind of retraction or explanation, because this is not the Honorable Bryan Acheampong we know, and we really did not expect that from him. This morning I saw there's a press release from a group of constituency youth organizers who had also issued a statement, and it looks like this is something that is really sad for all of us. And again, our brothers and sisters in the NDC are always sitting, watching all of these things. And we will be going into a general election where we would have to indeed go and campaign to the Mamprusys, go and campaign to the Kusasis, go and campaign to the Dagatis. And if they see that this is some of the things that were said internally, I don't think it will kneel to the benefits of the MPP. And I personally like to stay away from talking about other candidates. I believe when you are getting the opportunity, you are given the opportunity, you should tell the people of Ghana why your candidate is distinct, why he's best placed for the job. And I think when it comes to the case of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, it's quite obvious that he's the most prepared candidate. It's quite obvious that he's the most formidable. Even looking at how all the attacks are coming at him. Yesterday I saw a post on social media that says that it is everyone else against Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and that's simply because he is also the most formidable candidate. And it is quite obvious that even besides all of these attacks that are held at him, it quickly becomes obvious that it quickly becomes an indictment on the person attacking rather than the person. It all shows that he is also our most winnable candidate going into the 2028 election. I mean, he's one of the most formidable assets we have as a party, so there's no reason why we should seek to muddy him so much that it becomes a problem for us going into 2028. So again, on this issue, I'm sure maybe Honorable Bryan's camp would issue another statement, maybe a retraction, an apology. Maybe that's not what he meant. But the point that the video was cut and pieced, I mean, I'm no expert, but I'm not seeing much evidence of that. But I think we'll leave this matter here so that it can die a quick and natural death.